Welcome back to UNLV Dynasty Rebuild. Started out the rebuild really well, 2-0 start. See, we beat Sam Houston on the road 31-6, and then took on UCLA at home 38-24. That game, we didn't play most of the second half for either of the games, relying a lot on our star running back. And let's get into this game with FCS Northwest. We'll play the offense only. I'm going to start out with a little mesh concept. Probably just going to try and float it up there to Lions on the outside. I'll hit a nice open pass to our tight end. Hopefully this is another game where we don't play much, if at all, in the second half. Nice pickup of 6. Try and hopefully get Thomas a really good game here. This deal breaker says it's playing style, which from what I can tell it's rushing yards. 3rd and 4. Try and pick this one up. Easy across the middle. See if we can't break one off with Thomas here going up the middle. Not sure where it should have gone differently there. There we go. Solid pickup of about 10. A little RPO, but we're probably just going to keep the ball on the ground here. Good block from our tight end. Earn this little tight end RPO. I'm actually going to audible just to a halfback base. Kind of like the look here. We'll see if we can get through the gap. Fight through contact. Run a screen pass. Cut back up the middle. Down to the 1 yard line. Let's see if we can't just go right back up the middle for an easy touchdown. Looks like FCS Northwest scores on their first drive as well. We're being pressed here, so we're going to audible, and then we're going to actually block our running back so we can just hopefully get a release on the outside. See if Lions has the speed, and touchdown. Great pass, very accurate there, hit him perfectly in stride. Accidentally clicked on QB blast, I guess we can try it. Ooh, not a great block from our running back. We'll just get the ball back to him. This does look like man coverage. Could have maybe tried to exploit that a little. 3rd and 5. We'll try another run play here. See if we can make it where it's... Oh, pick up the first. We run a little RPO bubble. They are pressing Lions though. So might just try this little inside zone. Keep the ball on the ground. I feel like this is our worst blocking game so far against an FCS team, which is unusual. We're going to try to just get Lions the ball again. Underthrown. Came back to it, but dropped. Would have been an awesome play. 3rd and 6. We're just going to run a little screen pass here. Should work out pretty much perfectly. And we're just going to let this go to the second quarter. I'm going to pick up with another run back up the middle. 1st and 10 here to start the second. Oh, almost broke out of it. Still pick up a 4. Stay up the middle here. Oh, shed that one. Never run this before. So we'll see who ends up with the ball. Not sure. Oh, I guess we kept it. And we'll just kick 3. Take a 10-point lead. Got the ball back, up 10 still. Gonna try to mostly keep the ball on the ground. Good block. Finally broke free a little bit on that one. They're pressing Lions a lot. So we're going to see between him and Earl, hopefully one of them. Just going to throw it out there. Got his hands on it. Couldn't quite bring it in. That wasn't as good of a pass or as good of a... Didn't quite get the same separation as the last time we ran that. See if maybe he can get open on this one. Just kind of watch those safeties. I think he can... We're beating the corners. We're just going to hit Y. Pickup of 0. Should have Lions. If we can get the ball out. Good ball. Good. Oh, did he? I think he caught it. They're going to say that was a catch. We should probably run a play before anyone can look at that. Halfback draw. Could be interesting. Break one tackle, get smothered. Small pickup of 2. Keep the ball on the ground here again. Just really trying to keep Thomas happy right now. And 3rd and inches. That was a good pickup. Let's try our little RPO read with gums. Should be wide open. Touchdown. Plays a little scary. Kind of hard to read, but generally I found that the tight end is almost always open. When he's not, though, it can be a pick 6. This might be our last drive up 24-7. We're probably going to just try to get... We're going to run this same play and see if we can't get Lions open. Again. Get the ball out. Good route. Get some separation. That's going to be a 70-yard touchdown for Lions. Hopefully this game can get him going as well. So in simulation, we scored the 10 in the 3rd, and I think another touchdown in the 2nd that we simmed. So team's looking pretty good. Obviously, that's an FCF school. We should beat them pretty handily. But this UNLV team is a little bit better than I thought. We are playing in the Mountain West, so that helps. As far as player stats, Colandrea, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Still hasn't thrown one on the season. 17 of 25 for 342 yards, so his best game. Thomas, 134 yards, averaging 6, got a touchdown as well. And then receiving, we should have a pretty good game. He had Lions 214 yards, 2 touchdowns for Gums, and Thomas had a decent game on the ground, through the air as well, with picking up a touchdown. Defensively, few TFLs, sacks for Jaden Lee, a senior, Bryce Edmondson, a senior, freshman Landon Thomas, I think is one of the ones that we're pretty excited about, and sophomore Adelaide, I think is how we're going to say his name. He should be another one that we can hopefully develop. No interceptions, 1 forced fumble by McDuffie, we didn't recover it. We do pick up a Mountain West Conference Offensive Player of the Week with Tayshawn Lyons. 5 receptions, 214 yards, 2 touchdowns, pretty good stat line. Quick recruiting update. We're in a decent position on Trevor Moon in 1st with a week 5 visit. For receivers, only a deal breaker on these 2, but we weren't really recruiting them. Gonna try to catch up on Cherador. Decent on Wolf. Silva, we're in 1st place as well with a pretty decent lead, so hopefully we can finish that out. Added a couple more guys to the board. Chambers, unfortunately, we are have a playing side deal breaker on him, but we're only away C to C+. Mays we're moving up on, and Warlow, who Mays is the one I'd want the most. Added a center to the board, new edge, defensive tackle. Linebackers, no one's really recruiting able other than us, so that's good. Childs just added, so we need some more linebackers as well. Hopefully we can get in on him before he gets to his top 8. Middle linebackers, Abram is one that we really want. He's only a 3-star, so I'm not sure why he's being so heavily recruited, but he is. We have him on a week 5 as well, so after that visit, we'll kind of decide if we want to keep going after him or just move on. Sneed, no one else is recruiting. Added a bunch more corners. We're kind of moving into a good spot on Jamichael Witten. Next game is against Miami of Ohio. Hopefully this can be another fairly easy game. It is on the road. and it looks like we are a better team in pretty much every way possible. Looks like Miami of Ohio starts the game with a touchdown. And this is our first possession. And for single high safety, covered it pretty well. Hit the tight end over the middle for a pickup of 4. See if Gums can get some separation here on the outside. Just gonna hit across the middle. Good catch by Bradley. Juke in. Another solid pickup. Overall, I've been very impressed with Colandrea. It's been very accurate. Pretty good on the deep balls as well, but those kind of short and mid-range throws, he hasn't really missed that I can remember. I'm pressing Lions on the outside, but I want to stay on the ground here. There's nowhere really to go with that. 5 for the first down. Lions is going to be wide open if we can get it out to him, and that's going to be a touchdown. Lions has shown consistently ability to break press. Hopefully we can keep him around for next season as well. Tie up the game 7-7, but we do have the ball back. We'll start off with another run. Solid pickup of 7. All right, pressing again. I think one of our outside receivers should be able to win. Looks like it's going to be Lions. Perfectly thrown ball. Another touchdown. Oh, couldn't quite make it. Great pass, great catch. Just did not quite have that finishing speed. See if we can't punch it in here. That's already 125 yards for Lions. And it's not like, I mean, I think he has 90 speed. It's not like, you know, he's 95 or anything, you know, crazy where he's just breaking away every single play. Hit that block. Screen pass didn't really go anywhere. Wow. Backup tight end, Elksons. Oh, great catch. This little comeback route puts us up 14-7. Miami gets a field goal to go 14-10. Probably going to be looking for Reynolds over the middle here. That's where we'll go. Oh, breaks a tackle. Pickup of 7. And that's going to take us to the second quarter. Lions has played really well the last 2 games. Hopefully he can keep that up. Great little tight end screen pass there. Not screen, I guess RPO. I like that play. For some reason, like I said, it tends to pretty much always be open. Lions might have another touchdown here, depending on where this safety goes. Oh, and we have no time. Its biggest problem with play action, if your line isn't ready, you just kind of get blown up. Let's see if Bradley can't make the catch. 3rd and 17, not where we want to be. Gonna try and just make a play here. Oh, and a fumble. Hey, we pick it up, and we'll have to punt. Man, we get some short punts. Well, looks like our defense picked us up. Still 10-14. Try to put a drive together here. We're going to start with the ball on the ground, see if we can't start wearing them down a bit. Nice little hole up the middle. Solid pickup of 15. I'm going to keep the ball on the ground again. Middle looks pretty open here if we can just block it up. Oh. Broke 1 tackle. Should have been a loss on the play, but we pick up 4 instead. I'll be 2nd and 6. Now we're going to cancel the play action here and just block our running back. Tend to get better blocking that way. Good catch by our tight end. Only a pickup of 2, so not really that great of a play. It'll take us to 3rd down. We're going to hopefully hit Gums or Elskins here. Should be wide open. Gonna break out with Colandrea. Fight for the first. Should be close. And he picks it up. Good fight. Like I said, he's not really a scrambler. But when he needs to be, he's got decent enough speed. And we're just not getting the blocking up the middle like we have the last couple games. So that's making this quite a bit trickier. We might have Lions open for a touchdown on this play. We're seeing our tight end. That safety went back into a double team on him. Good little pickup there. And our main goal, especially this first year, easy completions, easy yards, make the right read. This one's not going to work nearly as well. Only 2 yards. Let's get the ball on the ground again. So hopefully Thomas can break one here at some point. They're going to swarm into the ball up the middle. That brings us to 3rd and 5. Should have our tight end right in the middle of the zone. And we'll go back to another run play. It's been Thomas's worst game for sure on the ground. Just can't quite break out of that. I thought that one we had a pretty good look. But 9 for 38 yards is not anywhere near ideal, or especially where he's been. And it's just stuff like that, kind of the almost looks like arm tackles, not getting through contact like he normally does. 3rd and 3 here. Wise wide open. That's a touchdown. Great read. Came across the middle, wide open right there. All right, 21-10. Our defense has stepped up the last couple of possessions. We're going to see if we can't get this ground game. A little bit better. 6-yard pickup. We try a counter here, although they are stacked that side. So we'll just switch it to an inside zone. It looks like there should be space. I'm not sure if that linebacker's really good or they have some just really good defensive linemen. Hit Lions. A little juke back. Picks us up the first down. That's 3 catches, 142 yards. So kind of like I felt in the beginning, he should be our best receiver. Bradley's uncovered here. So that should be an easy touchdown on the bubble. Miami did score. I was considering simming out the rest of the game, but 28-17 is still close enough that we'll stay in for at least another possession or two. Let's see if Gums can't get open coming across the formation. Pickup of 3 yards, nothing crazy. Let's see if Lions can't break one off here as well. Just gonna hit A over the middle. Oh, he held on to it. Gums has got pretty good hands. He hasn't had too many drops for us, which is great. Especially, like I said, that those tight ends can get a lot of volume just on those. Lose 2 on the run. I'm just going to keep it on the ground. See if Thomas can't get us back into a manable. I went the wrong way. Should have broken it to the outside earlier. Let's see if we can't pick up this first down. We're actually just going to send Lions all the way down the field. Should be, he has a little separation. Oh! I thought he had it. Hit him in the hands. I don't know. I mean, that's not a ton of separation, but 2 hands on the ball and then just dropped it. We do have to punt here. We know our punter's got a noodle for a leg, so get 20-yard punt. Get the ball right back. Same score. Try and get another touchdown on the board. A little better plays. The ground game just isn't working this game. There's Bradley coming wide open across, and he gets blown up. Gonna try and run a play for Lions here. See if this double move just takes too long. It's another good catch for our backup tight end. I know he is a senior and he's very slow, so not a ton of, future there, but he's had a few great catches in this game. Got a little bit of a better run there, up to 58 yards. Definitely been his worst game so far for our running back. Gums just gets open and catches the ball. So Colandrea, like I said, I've been pretty impressed. He puts it on him. If he does transfer that, we might be in trouble because, he's only got 2 incompletions this entire game. We're 4 games in and hasn't thrown an interception. Or typically when I've played this game, I'll throw sometimes 4 interceptions in a game. So Just making the right reads. I don't know what 60 was doing. Go block a guy behind a guy that is running right at where you know the ball's going. Try to get the ball to Gums again. Just on this little pass here. See if he can't. Got close. Miami goes down and does score. So we are up a touchdown. I felt like we had this game in hand, and it's just kind of been... Last couple possessions haven't really been doing anything. Let's see if Lions might get open here. We have A wide open. Juke back. Good block. Lions even blocked a little bit at the end. A little bit more speed there from Gums, and we might have a touchdown. Hit Thomas out of the backfield. Good little pickup of maybe 12 with that forward momentum there. Ooh. Jumped that pass, first pick of the season. Defense plays good, gets us the ball back. That was just a bad decision. Didn't really know where else to go with the ball. I thought that linebacker was playing a little bit deeper in the zone. We will hit Gums on this little zig route. And there's our running back hurt, which is not good. Keep the ball on the ground here. Try and work the clock a little bit. 3rd and 2. We're going to try and get it up the middle. Hasn't been our best running game, but hopefully we can pick up the first and some. Really good read. That little back cut probably got us there. They got an early shed again. And try this little jet touch pass with Bradley. He's our fastest offensive player, at least. So see if we can't get to the outside. One block away on that one. And those are just unfortunate. It's just the jet touch passes have been really good at times, and then sometimes they just don't work at all. Thomas is back into the game. Pickup of 2 there. His risk of injury is high, so now he's back out again. 3rd and 10. So we're really trying to work the clock this possession. That might be field goal range. Coach wants us to punt. We're going to go for it. I think this is a big moment of this game where, 4th and 6. Oh, horrible pass. We had him open. He just totally threw over the top. And that's a tie game. We have the chance now to go down and try and get the win. Let's stay on the ground here for a play. All right, we're going to turn chew clock off. We definitely want this to be the final possession of the game. Good little cut there. First down. Oh. Gonna run that same play here. See if we can't get another decent chunk of yards. Good blocks. Breaking free to the outside. There's Lee. And just try and take some time off. We will take the touchdown. Part of me wants to just go down there. Oh, we got an interception anyway. So they did have all 3 timeouts. So we took the touchdown. Ends up paying off. This was a way better game than I was expecting, especially from the beginning. Lee looks really good. I don't remember how old he is or what his likelihood of transferring is. He breaks off another one. 2 touchdown runs back to back of over 20 yards. So maybe if we do lose Thomas, it won't be the end of the world. Your final here, 31-45. Took a good 4th quarter. We did throw our first interception, although we were 86% completion with Colandrea. Colandrea, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, first of the season, so that's unfortunate. But 26 of 30, 349 yards. Really good game overall. Thomas, 16 for 61, or 17 attempts, 61 yards. Definitely his worst performance. Lee, who is unfortunately a senior, but he had only 7 attempts for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. So really, really good performance for him. Might need to try and maybe even get him the ball a little bit more. And then on the receiving end, Gums led the way with 11 receptions, 123 yards. The Lions, though, only 3. So he's definitely been our deep threat. Bradley picks up 2 touchdowns. He had a solid game as well. As far as our defense goes, had 2 sacks for Spellman, our senior defensive end, and 1 for Landon Thomas, our freshman, who should be progressing quite well. That game-sealing interception, LaTerrence Welch, senior corner. Recruiting update, we do have 2 players on visits this week. Trevor Moon, the north-south receiver running back. And unfortunately, we just got locked out on JT Abram, the Mike linebacker. So that was a waste of a lot of points. But hopefully with a really good visit, Moon, we can kind of pull away. As far as everybody else, the receivers, we're in a pretty good position for the 3 that we've been going after. Texas made a big jump on Ben Silva, so our next visit week isn't until week 8, and we're in week 5. So next week, the week after, we might have to plan to schedule a visit for him. We are able to put points on Chambers again. Looks like Houston pulled their offer on him. Good spot on all these tackles. If we can get all 3 of these guys, I'd be ecstatic. Sampson, we're not putting any points into just because we don't have them. Put a couple points on Coates, speed rusher. Same thing with Foss for a defensive tackle. We lost out on the other outside linebacker. Hopefully we can stay good on Abel and Sneed. And then we're gaining ground on Jermichael Witten, who only has 1 other offer, which is great. We'll get into this game against San Diego State. We are 4-0, they are 2-2. Looks like we have a slight advantage over them as far as all of our rankings. Let's check out some alternate uniforms here. Current alternate is all gray. Home option, all red. We're going to try the alternates, go with the grays. So this is another home game for us here in Las Vegas. San Diego State got the ball to start and punted. So we're getting the ball on our own 4-yard line. We're going to hit Gums. A little bit of a high pass. That's back-to-back games where we've seen that from Colandrea. So hopefully we can bring that down. Looks like Thomas, I forgot to check if he was injured seriously at all, but it looks like he's not. He's in the game. First rush goes for 8 yards. We're going to keep the ball on the ground this play as well. Pick up another 10. So a lot better start for sure from our star running back. Hit Y. If that's in stride, that's probably a first down. Threw it a little bit behind him. And Lions might have a touchdown here again. Pick up the first with Bradley. Just looked a lot more open. We maybe had a chance with Lions down the field, but didn't really want to risk it, especially this early into the game. I'm going to send him again. Got Gums wide open over the middle. Maybe not wide open, kind of worked into that zone. But we were able to hit him and just do a little possession catch there. Might try to hit Lions working back to the ball or one of these crossers. Looks like we have Y with Thomas. Can't quite catch that one. I thought he had it long enough that he would hold on. 3rd down and 3. Hopefully Reynolds or Earl comes open across the middle. What we got? Bradley breaks 1 tackle. Great catch, finding that kind of space in the zone there. Cover 4. Dare try this jet touch pass again. See if we can't hopefully make it a positive play where it's been pretty bad for us. Good blocking. It just is hard to get out there. Pick up a 4 isn't horrible, but if you call a play like that, you really kind of want it to be a more of a home run style play. I'm going to call this counter, and we're going to flip to this inside zone because it does look more open on this side, which we were wrong. That linebacker basically ran right over our guard. I generally like to run left more than I like to run right. He stayed with Gums pretty good on that play, so we're just going to have to kick 3. Hopefully our kicker can kick this far. Nope, doesn't have the leg, so we're going to really have to get a new kicker. because we should be able to kick a 48-yard field goal. It was on line, almost max power, maybe a little bit under. Good little move there. Thomas is definitely looking a lot better this game, so I don't know if our last game they just really boxed him up well. Their linebackers were really good, but he definitely could not get it going. Gonna kind of take a sack, just held onto the ball. Our blocking there was actually pretty good. It just didn't want to make a bad read. And pick up, hopefully, close to a first down. 3rd and 1. Good pass there. We'll try and not pick this up on the ground. We're actually going to do this. And we're going to run Gums a little bit shallower. Looks like we're getting blitzed heavy. I can't quite get the ball out. So we are going to do our classic 20-yard punt. The legs on this team are just abysmal. So for how good everything else has been, the kicking has been bad. Get the ball right back. I didn't see what it was or how, but pretty defensive game so far. And we got a crease with Thomas. Couldn't quite juke out that safety. Might have lines here. Just really need to watch that safety. Can't quite get away from him. And that's a bad throw. Should have thrown it maybe a touch earlier. Try to get the ball more in the middle of the field. But we'll see if Thomas can't get us some yards to make it 3rd and manageable. And we're going to do the opposite. Loss of 3. We're in a screen pass. I don't know if we can kick it this far anyway, so it might be 4th down territory regardless. Oh my gosh. We're going to have to punt. The wheels are really falling off. I don't know how he didn't catch that. Throw looked fine. I mean, nothing crazy. He could have led it maybe a little bit more. And San Diego State gets their first touchdown. It's been about as bad of a start as you can ask for in this first quarter and change. Switch this just to a read option, I guess. Pickup of 3. Need to get something going here. Bradley might be open on the outside. Decent pass. I was looking at Bradley the whole time, and then he just didn't quite break out of it. Might just throw it to Lions no matter what. Get a little separation. Oh. I don't know how much that missed by, but it wasn't much. It looked really good. Our defense holds, gets us the ball back. I got a lot of RPOs being called right now for whatever reason. Do a little read option here. It's a pretty solid run, 7-yard pickup. He's definitely had a bounce back game so far compared to last week. Better throw. Good catch by Bradley. Pick up the first down. He's got 5 catches this game. I think he can be pretty good for us if we just get him the ball. I was kind of led into the zone, but Gums, of course, holds on to it and fights through contact. A little play action. We're going to really watch that safety. Maybe Lions comes over the top. If not, we're going to look for one of the crossers. Gums again just gets right in front of the defender in that zone. Great catch. 2nd down and 4 to go. He read that a little bit wrong. Should have gone more up the middle. I thought that was going to pop open on the outside. Probably looking Lions. If it's a zone, Lions is wide open. Good little juke. It's been a lot better, more of a methodical drive. We're on this little RPO. Kind of just want to run. We're going to do this halfback base. Try to go to the short side of the field. Oh, great cut. That's a touchdown. That was a good move to cut back. Good blocking. Defense gives up 3. 52 seconds left. Oh, sorry, 45 seconds left. We're going to hopefully get at least a field goal out of this. Catch the ball this time. Good blocking. Get down 2nd and 1. Let's see how they line up against this. Just going to Comes on a little out route. He's open for a first down. Get the hurry up going. And we'll do the same thing and get Bradley on a little out route. And we'll want Gums coming across the middle here. Call timeout, 16 seconds. I don't want to make a dumb decision, throw an interception, but we do need to pick up a lot of yards quickly if we want a chance. Come back. Great play there. We're going to call our last timeout. Kind of need this to be out of bounds. And that was just dumb. I mean, we're not making a 51-yard field goal regardless. But you can't take a sack there because you don't even give yourself a chance at anything. Going to halftime, we're losing 7-10. Our defense has played really well. The only difference, our offense played as bad as it's been. So we're going to do a kick return here. We do have visitors on campus, so it would have been nice. For sure need the win, but would have been nice to try for a blowout win here as well. Thought there was a little bit of a gap there. Closed up quickly. And let's get back to our regularly scheduled offense. Start off with a couple runs here up the middle with Thomas. Good cutback. About 9-yard pickup. Try going the other way now. Good little shot to the gap there. I'm kind of just watching the defense formation, see if they start sleeping on kind of the matchups with our receivers. Definitely sucking down to the middle a little bit more. 2nd and 8. We're going to keep the ball on the ground again. See if we can't kind of get around this outside edge. Oh, if Gums picks up that block, I think we've got a first down there. Slow developing. We're going to have to punt again. Luckily, our defense holds. 7-10. They're giving us a chance. We really watched Lions on this one. That corner's done a good job on him all game. Just going to hit Y. Pickup of 7. And our running game's honestly been pretty good. We just haven't been able to get many of the big plays when we need them. Take off here and slide. Pick up a first down. Lions might be able to... That's one of the first times he's been pressed. So we're going to see if they get off the press there. Just going to hit Y again. Pick up another first down. And they give us over the middle wide open. We're taking that pretty much every single time. Try and get the ball. It's not enough blockers there. I don't know if that's the greatest play anyway, because it's having our backup running backs block, which isn't really what they do. Oh, came screaming off the edge. We lose 10 on the sack. 3rd and 18. I just throw up a prayer here. We do have some separation with Lions. Hold on to it. And another punt. Lions' biggest problem is definitely any sort of contact, defense at all. He's not catching it. So unless he's clean broken away. 7-13, we give up 3. We're really trying to lose this game. Work back to the middle. Pickup of 7 on the screen pass. We really need to touchdown this possession. Oh. Bad read. Couldn't quite get through there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Not going to probably risk going to Lions here. See if Thomas can hold on to it. He can't. I think we have to go for it here. We're going to have Bradley just come back across this way. Looks like they're blitzing. Juke back. Good pickup. Bradley gets us the first down. He's got pretty reliable hands, it seems like. Trusted him in that situation. Lions, that's probably the biggest thing we might need to work on. Good run up the middle for Thomas. That gets him over 100 yards. Hit him on a little screen pass here. Oh, one block, 77. Loss of 4 on the screen pass. Don't know how much I love this play, but we're going to try it. Come back to the ball. Underthrown. Not really sure what even happened there. 3rd and 14. I had a great drive going, and we just kind of let it fall apart. Get a block. Might not be able to run screen plays anymore. We just do not block. Can at least line up to go for it here. See what we're seeing. Gums might be able to come open right here in the middle. I'm going to try it. We're actually going to hit. Reynolds can't make the play. Defense holds again. So we have a chance. We really shouldn't. This has been a horrible game. We need to get Thomas out. We'll get Lee in for at least this possession. They're really collapsing down on the middle. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more space. There's another chance for Lions to break free. Just going to hit A. No, we're not. We're going to miss him. I don't know how that pass is missed. We've been hitting that pass all game, all season. And now, when we really need it, hit the comeback for Gums. Holds onto the ball, and that'll take us to the 4th quarter. Down 6. Really need to finish out this drive here. We send Lions on a streak. See if he can't finally break free. I don't think he did. Bradley's been really good this game. We need this drive to end in 6. Get it to Lee. Good strong run up the middle. Picks us up the 1st down. Run a little mesh play here. I like Bradley across the middle. Good catch. Let's pick up a 4. Go back to the ground game with Lee. Good cutback. Oh, fumble. We're going to have to review that one. It looked like he was pretty close to down. We're just going to challenge it. His elbow was definitely down. So, that and his knee. That's a huge break because that would have been really bad. There's still time left. We could have, we should have got the ball back and had a chance, but obviously we're on a good drive. We're going to give the ball right back to him, show him we've got confidence in him. If he fumbles for real, not sure what we're going to do. I want to trust Lions here. He just had too many drops in the last 2 games. Plus Lee is just working the ball on the ground. Last week he had 2 really big explosive runs. This week it's just been little chunk runs on the ground. There he stopped for no gain. Bring Bradley across the middle. This play looks like it's really designed for Lee to get open, which he does. And we are down to the 1. Good read. Snuck our running back right up the middle, right up the seam. And now we go back to the ground game. They're not really pinching up the middle, so we should have a decent little lane here, and that's a touchdown for Lee. Back-to-back games with touchdowns for him. Senior running back. Said we might want to work him in a little bit more. Our defense gives up 3. We keep the ball on the ground here. This could be the last possession. Probably going to try to hit Bradley here unless that corner crashed really hard. Pick up a 4. Might just have to trust Lions here. He should be wide open. Get the separation, and he dropped the ball again. We're going to go for it. You only throw that ball up there if you're planning on going for it. We're going to trust Lee. They are a little bit more spread out up the middle this time. And I didn't get there. We are now down 9. Looks like we will be taking our first loss of the season. I don't know if Earl's fast, but Lions has been absolutely awful. Oh, that's a horrible throw. You lead that ball out, he's wide open. You can see there are no defenders in this entire section of the field. We have a lead, we have room, throw the ball, anywhere right around here. It's probably a touchdown. 6 might catch us, probably will, but at least it's a big play. And then we throw the ball where it would have, I just do not, led that up and out, lob pass, and this is where it ends up. Behind our receiver, short, picked off. So there's no excuse for that one. That probably takes us out of the game. 21-34. I throw up a prayer to Lions. Or maybe Bradley. Blocking's alright. Can't get separation. Let's see if we can't get more of a one-on-one look with Lions here. No, we won't. I hate those dumb throw out a sack animations. 21 picked us off twice as probably a crappy linebacker, so. First loss. Horrible game. Worst offensive game. And they still scored 21 in the fourth quarter, which is a joke. But that's how it goes sometimes. Man, that was brutal. As far as our stats go, we're adding up the picks pretty quick. 2 interceptions, 217 yards. Wasn't all his fault. Thomas had a little bit of a better game. 1 touchdown. Receiving wise, it's fine. Bradley probably played the best. Thomas with 2 drops and Lions with 2 drops is not great. Defensively, I thought our defense played good for the most part. Only 1 sack from Landon Thomas and 2 TFLs. No interceptions. No fumbles. Moon is into his top 3 and we are holding on to first. Love to see how his visit went. We'll do a quick recruiting update. Looks like Moon, we have a small advantage. Cal might pass us with that week 6 visit. Don't have the best grades on him. Be awesome to pick up another good running back. Receiver wise, I'm gonna reorganize these points. So for our visit, it basically counted as nothing for Moon, which is horrible. A good thing it was only 10 points, but still very unfortunate. Silva, we have a visit for week 8 against Boise. Texas actually passed us. They don't have a visit until week 14 though, so hopefully we can outlast them. As far as the rest of recruiting goes, wide receivers looking okay. Into the top 5 on Cherador. He is a gem, but looks like he would be fine. We obviously want him. We put points. Matt Wolf, we're soft selling. Silva is our big one, and then Higdon looks like he could be really good. So we're gonna hopefully try to get in the mix on him. Our tackles are once again locked out on Chambers, but looking good on Warlow and Mays. Try to put some more points on Coates to get into the race. Following decent on the D-tackle. Abel, we should hopefully get, and Sneed. And then we offered a scholarship to Trey Trout, who's another corner, just to try and expand that. We're taking lead on Jermichael Witten. So hopefully we can come out with a decent class, but really the transfer portal is going to have to be huge for us to fill in the rest of this team, especially if we have a lot transferring out like it looks like we will. Coming off our first loss of the season, it was actually our first Mountain West game, which makes it even worse. We now play Wyoming, who's 1-3, and hopefully we can take care of business. They are significantly lower rated. We're going to leave the jerseys the same. That didn't work out too well for us last time, so we're just going to not mess with them and hopefully go get a win here. All right, opening possession. 1-3 Wyoming. Hopefully we can take care of business. Almost throw an interception there. Ball floated out. Colandrea started the season like, and I don't know if it's just because we were playing bad teams, but he was basically perfectly accurate. 3rd down and 9. Try and lead that up the field a little bit for Bradley. 4th and 2. Just gonna have to punt. And we're trying to get our punt blocked, apparently. Semi-decent punt for him. And Wyoming has to punt us the ball back. Hopefully we can get something going. Looks like it was an awful punt for them as well. Our offense is just really looking horrible. Try a little screen pass here. Barely. They should have been tackled for a loss, honestly, but we get a 1st down. I'll look for the bubble here. I'm actually probably just going to switch it to an inside zone. Looks like that left side should be. We can get a half-decent block. Get through the hole there. Good pickup of 12. Coach wants a jet touch pass again. But we're just going to go to an inside zone, audible out of it. They have more defenders on that outside than they did on this side, but that block shed makes it so we gain no yards. Try this little play here. And they look like they read that pretty well, so we'll just get a run up the middle and pick up a 6. And we need a first down here. So 3rd and 4. I'm just going to have Gums going and out. That hitch makes me nervous. Good catch. Stretch it for the touchdown. Man, he's slow. Almost get in there. 25 yards. Varkey's Gums. And let's see if we can't punch it in with Thomas. Get a little motion. Tried. Bounced off the first tackle. Just going to do a typical inside zone with Lee. He's got a little bit more power, I think. And gets in there for a touchdown. Lee's been kind of a touchdown machine. Thomas has been really productive and done really well, but Lee's been able to get us some big plays and touchdowns. Try another run here. Linebacker picked the wrong hole. Or maybe we just picked the right one. Get another run, same spot. That backside is collapsing pretty bad. Still a pickup of 10. We barely got away from him. It's definitely worrisome because they're getting to us pretty quick, even on that run. He is a star. Just going to block our running back here again. Probably going to hit Elskins. Or Elksins. He does have the sure hands ability, which is awesome. Start of the second quarter. Overall, that first quarter was a lot better than last game. Look for this little bubble here. See if Bradley can't get out there. Can't quite pick up the first. Just use that our sure-handed tight end. One of the two. Pick up the first down. Coach wants a verticals play here. More likely than not, we're just going to hit no one. Kind of had B, but he was working towards the safety, which I did not love. 2nd and 20. Need to get back into decent range. 3rd and manageable, which 3rd and 13 isn't necessarily 3rd and manageable, but I guess it's closer. Let's see if probably Gums can't work open. Maybe Earl. I just read that one like a book. Well, I think I jinxed us because as soon as I started talking about how our offense is better, we throw an interception. Defense holds them. I'm going to keep it on the ground here. You know, after those first 4 games, I was thinking, man, maybe we should have moved to the Big 12 before this season instead of potentially after, but so far, these opponents have been a lot better. Get it over. Man, had a little pocket there. Looked open, just couldn't quite get it into where we had position. I'll go back to the ground. Good little run, good burst there from Thomas. We're going to keep it on the ground again. So they're kind of giving us this inside zone look. 4 yards isn't horrible. We're on a little mesh play. Watch for our tight ends. Luckily, I like both. He's trying to hit B. He just took too long to get to his spot. Lions might actually come open here. He's not going to. Bradley makes a great catch, though. We're at midfield, maybe a little bit risky. He did catch it. I couldn't quite see what happened there, but they're calling it a catch, so we will not complain. Hit Earl over the middle. That might be the first catch he's had of the season. At least while we've been in control, it seems like. only 2nd and 3. Let's get another run. It's 4 or 5 pass plays in a row. That backside defender, we barely outrun him. And ends up being a huge pickup all the way down to the 2. 115 yards for Thomas. We'll see if he can punch it in or if we have to bring in Lee to finish it off for him. And he's hurt, so Lee will be coming in. That's quite unfortunate, but like we talked about I think it was the beginning of this game, Lee tends to just be the touchdown guy. As he does there. Touchdown for Lee. I think that's 3 games in a row. Somehow we get the ball back. Fumble recovery on the kickoff. Capitalize here, we might be able to put this game away early. Up 14-0. Of the ball in our own territory. Should at least be a 17-point lead. After this, should have passed it. Hit RB. That's Bradley. Will get us to 3rd and 2. Gums on a little zig here. And that'll get him wide open. Possibly touchdown if he can outrun 42. And that's a touchdown for our tight end. If we can take a big lead here against Wyoming, we should beat them. This is not going to be a great screenplay. Wasn't blocked well. We do pick up 5 yards, and that's just all Thomas working. Close to the 2-minute timeout here. That play, they all kind of got stuck together. We'll see what the flag is about. Probably a hold. Our offensive line isn't the worst. They're definitely not good. I think both those, maybe all 3 of those tackles would maybe even start right away if we can get them next year. You're going to kind of look at Bradley here. Good play. Worked right into that little seam pocket there. Minute 57. We have thrown an interception this game. The way they're lined up here, if we can get through this, which we won't. Oh, Thomas stays on his feet. Can't quite get through. When they line up that close, if we can get through, I mean, that should be a lot of yards. Fortunately, blocking just didn't hold up there. That was a little bit better. Pickup of 11. 3rd and 1. They're not even guarding Bradley. So let's just get it to him quick here. Now they are. Left Gums wide open. Great read. Another touchdown for a tight end. 28 seconds left. 28-0. We are going to hopefully not have to play in the second half. Another interception. That was a bad decision. I thought it was open, just kind of overthrew it a little bit. That's 2 interceptions. So we simmed through most second half. Wyoming did end up getting a touchdown. We got 2 field goals. Really, we did most of our scoring that second quarter. Hopefully it's a bounce back game for us. We can go on a little bit of a winning streak here in the Mountain West. Get to the stats here in a second. Colandrea looks like he got hurt. We'll have to check that out. 20 for 27, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Our backup quarterback made 1 completion for 2 yards. Rushing wise, Jaden Thomas had another great game. 28 carries is kind of a lot, but 171 yards. Lee got both of his touchdowns, kind of cleaning up after him. Glover had 1 attempt for 20 yards. He is a junior. 83 overall, though, could be decent. Receiving wise, Gums had another big game, 2 touchdowns, 94 yards. Lyons hasn't done a ton for us. Just not quite getting open like he was. I don't know if it's because we're playing against better corners. And then defensively, a few TFLs, 1 sack for Donovan Spellman, no interceptions, 1 forced fumble that we did recover. We'll go check out that injury. Looks like we have a few more injuries than I had thought. Chief Borders made an impact in the beginning of the year. I don't know how long he's been hurt. Torn labrum. Morris Brown is another decent corner. Running back, Jaden Thomas, our best player, is going to be out for 4 weeks. And then a couple of offensive linemen. So QB1 is not on this list, so he is not hurt, which is good. Unfortunately, our running back is hurt. Lee is a good backup. But that will conclude episode 2 of our UNLV Rebuild. We are 5-1. We did lose a game this episode, 1-1 in the Mountain West. Next episode, we'll be taking 3 more games. Air Force, Boise State will be a big game, and New Mexico. Looks like we actually did 4 games in this one, but a couple of them got cut short because they were blowouts, like this North FCS game. We did lose to San Diego State in our worst game of the season by far. So we'll see you next time for episode 3.